Yeah, there are different routes to get into the profession within MacIntyre Hudson. The school leaver route is a very good route because tax is all about getting the basics right, and if you can get the basics from an early age, you are more likely to go on and progress through the exams probably quicker than someone who comes in at a later point in time. From a graduate's point of view, they can come in from university. In terms of the training they receive, generally it's very much the same. Yes, it might be slightly more accelerated, but in terms of the exams as well, same exams. They can do a couple of different routes. They could go directly into what we call the Chartered Institute of Taxation and do the CTA exams, or they can do the Association of Tax Technician exams, and that is the almost, if you like, the intermediate paper as was, but it's its own institute, and then they can go on to the Chartered Institute exams. And to be fair, I would probably say school leaver or graduate, it's very beneficial to do the tax technician exams and then progress on to the Chartered Institute's exams. There is the route in for experienced hires. They're generally people that have maybe had post-qualification experience, but equally we do take on people who are experienced in the profession but don't necessarily have the exam behind them, and that doesn't particularly matter in tax. Obviously we will have qualified people around them, but equally non-qualifieds with experience are incredibly valuable in the profession. But yeah, there is room for experienced hires, and we encourage people to come in because often people move around within the profession, and to recruit and train someone can take a number of years, whereas if you need someone at a certain level, certainly if you get into the more senior corporate positions in corporate tax planning and on the personal tax planning side, it does help to have someone of great experience sat there who can actually guide the new trainees. What do I look for in an individual who wants to do tax with me? It's very much for me their personality, their nature. I want them to be interesting, I want them to be thoughtful, I want them to have a mind of their own. I don't want them to come in and say all the right things that they've probably been told to say at university or through their sort of tutors trying to mentor them for a job interview. I want them to be themselves, and it's not necessarily their great academic ability that I'm looking for, it's about the person. Tax isn't all about being able to number crunch or memorise, it's about being able to think outside the box, it's about being able to think about a problem and solving it. That's all we're interested in doing, is solving people's problems. So that person has to have that little bit of a glimmer of sharpness and that sort of personal behaviour that actually I think, would I sit in front of them and talk to them about my affairs? Yeah, I would. The environment at MacIntyre Hudson is incredibly friendly, it's great fun, and we're very sort of modern, I think, in the way in which we work and the way in which we behave and the way in which we approach our clients, approach life, and certainly with the staff as well. It has got a lot of young people in there, there's a lot of young partners as well about, and it's very much a good fun and vibrant sort of all together family feeling.